Nope. Pass. Hard pass.
I just throw it in a frying pan and put it on the bread.
Hard
butter.
no. Pass no. Fuck no. No fucking spam. All the no's. Every fucking no you can think of. Hard pass. Fuck no. Leave it alone.
When Adam went away for Princess, I made spam
Nope.
because he doesn't eat it. So
Fucking gross.
The only time
fucking
I eat
noise
it
that
was
comes. A mate should not make that kind of noise coming out of a can. Period. That's fucking meant for fucking cranberry sauce. I'm okay with it with cranberry sauce because it's like Jello.
Refried beans make the same noise.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Patrick, and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. We'll begin the show in a few minutes, but first I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information. 3 Sheets to the Mouse may contain language and subject matters that aren't suitable for smaller aviators, so listener discretion is advised. When the intro music begins, please take a seat and partake of any carry-on items. This includes bottles, flasks, cans, fine cigars, and skin mags. Okay, let's review. That is F-bombs, earmuffs, get drunk, smoke 'em if you got 'em, and send nudes. Anything else? Oh yeah, enjoy the show.
Sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared, be free bird.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 160 of 3 Sheets to the Mouse. We're the podcast that likes to focus on the adult side of Disney. From parks to movies to dining, we'll cover everything Disney has to offer, including their booze. I'm Mikey, and tonight I'm joined by 2 guys that wish Rivers of Light was actually a beer luge. Tim?
What is Rivers of Light?
I hear it is like floating topiaries. And a junk or ship. I don't know.
You could have just stopped at junk.
It's bad.
Adam, what are your thoughts on beer luges?
I don't think I ever did a bear luge.
Bear luge is something else completely different.
Well, with your accent, I can't figure out what the fuck you're saying.
Booze. I said booze. Again, we always have to discuss that. Oh, man. So grab yourself a Kungaloosh, sing the Adventurers Club theme song, and let's talk about the grown-up side of Disney together. Because Kungaloosh was mentioned recently in the Facebook group, I believe.
It was indeed.
And a little... no, it wasn't the Facebook. It was the live show we had.
Yes, somebody didn't like it.
Yeah. It's not necessarily the official beer of 3 Sheets, but it's the official beer, at least, of Disney World, almost. I mean...
I don't think Disney World has an official beer.
Well, no, but it's in the song, and it's named... I mean, it's...
No.
You know,
Well, for another 2 years, it's made exclusively for Disney, so...
Yeah, but the Kungaloosh was actually a drink before it was a beer.
Isn't it? Until we can get rights to have Bob Boyle mass-produce the Rope Drop IPA, I think Kungaloosh is the closest thing we got.
Yeah, but Kungaloosh was actually a drink, a mixed drink, a cocktail, if you...
Well, it still kind of is, because it's like a spiced beer.
Well, they don't add spice to the beer. It's not like they mix it there.
Speaking of beer, Adam, what are you drinking?
I have a perpetual IPA from Trogs.
Well, Tim, what are you having tonight?
I've got a pour of Woodford, because I drank way too much beer this weekend. I feel all bloated out. So.
Woodford is good. Ford. Just made that up. They should use that and pay me royalties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a scotch tonight.
You're having a what?
A scotch. A scotchy scotch. I've never had this brand before because I've never heard of it before. We went and picked up some dinner at one of our Cajun joints down here, and they were clearing out all their hard liquor because they were just trying to get money to make rent. And they were selling their Wells 1 liters for $8 a bottle. So I grabbed a liter of Rainforest Spirit Scotch. Claims saves the rainforest with every bottle sold. Now, I tried to do some research and Google this thing to substantiate that, to see exactly what that means, and the website it lists is inactive, and there really is no information on this bottle.
So, in reality, the answer is no.
Yeah, I don't know that it does anything for the rainforest, but it's a much better scotch than I was expecting. It's not complex by any means. It's heavily blended, but it's not real, alcohol-y, like paint thinnery or anything like that. It's very smooth. It's very buttery. I can give you that tasting note on it. Very buttery. So, it's not bad. It's $8.
There you go.
Should have got two. Should have got two of them.
Did they have two of them?
Yeah.
They had a shitload on the bar, yes, sir. Of all kinds. They had
$8, I would have bought two.
They had scotch, rums, vodkas. I mean, they were all wells, but so they would have been mixers. But I mean, I did get a liter of Jameson for $16.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
No, I got Stephanie an $8 liter of spiced rum, and I think I had to pass on some of the other stuff they had because I thought that's a little more than I want to give for it. It didn't seem like it was quite at cost, but I hate that they were having to clear out, but they can't really mix anything and sell it, so they're just moving it. Dinner was good though. Blackened chicken was great. Anyway, before we get too deep in this show real quick, I just wanted to tell the listeners here, hey, check out our Facebook page. I mean, we are doing live event streams every weekday, something different, whether it's a parade or a nighttime show. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're doing parades, daytime shows at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Tuesday and Thursday, we're doing a nighttime spectacular where I'm just finding a video and then just like a watch party on the page just to keep a little more Disney flowing when we're having a hard time finding it. I wanted to mention it now, early in the show, before we lose everybody and they're drunk during our closing remarks at the very end. So please check us out at facebook.com/group/3sheets. And let's get our Disney on. All right. Tonight, we're going to talk about Disney World is full of attractions. And Disney likes to use the word attraction to describe a lot of different things. It could be an interaction with a character, which I think the Mary Poppins attraction is going to end up being.
If we get anything.
Yeah. It could be an actual ride. It could be like an educational presentation, or it could be some dudes banging on a trash can. So Disney likes to use that as kind of a blanket terminology for just whatever, It looks good on a map because when you filter by attraction, everything lights up with an icon. I think even Space Frog is an attraction. I don't know.
Probably is.
This week, we're going to kind of unpackage the word attraction and look a little deeper into it, and we're going to kind of play some favorites and pick our top and bottom 3 shows that we've seen that are currently in Disney World. But I mean, here's the other question I want to kind of throw to you guys. When you think of a show, what do you think of as a show?
Something
by your definition.
Go ahead.
You sit down, you have a stage. Typically.
Tim, like a stage show.
Or a screen.
Okay.
I obviously got it wrong the first few times, so I don't think I have really anything to say here right now.
Well, I mean, no. When I posed this question to everybody, I just simply left it at the word show. And then as the day went on, I began refining the rules, potentially to the detriment of a host. Adam, when I just said show, where did your mind go? Like what an example of an attraction you would call a show that maybe Tim and I wouldn't call a show?
Almost everything. I figure like it's something that you watch. It's something that like you don't necessarily move around much. You're just kind of staring at one thing for a long period of time.
Okay, so you're thinking anything that's not a ride. basically.
Almost.
It's like that other bucket of just, it's not a ride, it must be a show. Well, I think that, I know my family, we've had the discussion before, and the word show comes up, and everybody kind of thinks of it as a little differently about what is a show with regards to what Disney has, on the table and in the parks. So that's what I wanted to kind of set the ground rules tonight on exactly what I feel a show is. And as I laid this out slowly, I think it's something you watch that you don't necessarily have to be seated in a seating area. For instance, anything circle vision, I would say is still kind of a show because you're standing still, like you're not immobilized or anything. But
you're in a theater. You're just in a standing theater.
Right. You're not walking a boot. But the seating area itself wouldn't move, so that would kind of cancel out Carousel of Progress from being on anybody's list. And I kind of felt nighttime spectaculars would usually be off the books, like the fireworks shows, unless they have a designated kind of seating area.
Even
like the amphitheater.
The word show was actually in the title, but what you just said. You called it a fireworks show.
A fireworks showing.
Just saying.
I don't think of that as a show in this regard, because there's not like actual a seating area. Yeah, you could sit down on the grass of the hub if you want to just not see the fireworks, the castle, knock yourself out. But like Fantasmic has a poured concrete seating area like an amphitheater. So that was kind of the guidelines I went with, and I wanted them to be current to what Disney has available on their map and stuff like that. So
when did that announcement come out? About an hour before we started
recording. Can't leave it easy, man. We got to make this interesting for
learning.
At least you. So, and we don't normally do top threes here because typically we have the same answers, the three of us. We are very like-minded on a lot of our things. But I think there's enough shows in the different parks, and I haven't necessarily done all of them, that I think we may get some differing answers on this, which could make for some good talking points. Now, I'm also, Adam, I hope you don't have any of this written down, I'm not counting like special musical guests and concert series as shows. Okay.
Wait, what about limited timed events?
I know what you're saying. And if you've seen it, I will allow it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to allow whatever because you've got it written down. Who the fuck am I to tell you it's not, But I don't have anything like that. Let's just get this countdown underway so Adam doesn't go further into anxiety.
I give up.
So yeah, I figure we'll go kind of around the room, even though we're in 3 different rooms, and we can start with our third least favorite and work up to our most favorite, and then we'll kind of do the opposite on the bottom of the pecking order. So I'm sure there'll be honorable mentions somewhere. We'll have some opinions. We'll discuss it further. But in the meantime, hey, I'm going to start with Tim. What is your third favorite show in Disney World? And we just did a whole episode about the PhilharMagic building, didn't we?
Yes, we did. So we won't go into too much detail, but I just like the whole Renaissance era scenes, and you got a little bit of old school. Shit, what the fuck is the name of that show? Fantasia. Shit, I had a brain fart. Fantasia. Scenes with the Mickey and the Sorcerer.
What were your guys' opinion on Fantasia 2000?
I loved it.
I liked it.
I was expecting PhilharMagic to make somebody's top end. Adam, what attraction do you have?
I have Voices of Liberty.
Okay.
Show.
Because there's no line for it. Everything's all fucked up, so I don't know if I'm getting away with that or not.
Because you show.
You don't have to line up for it. You kind of just hang around in the rotunda in the American Adventure before, and you just go in and listen.
See, I have still never set foot in the American Adventure.
There are set times for Voice of Liberty, isn't there?
Yes, there are set times for it.
Yeah. So
I will call that a show. If it has a set time, if it's like on the guide, then yeah, that's a show.
It's on the guide.
Okay. I mean, so are the fireworks, but Voices of Liberty. Any particular reason why that's your top 3?
They sound fucking amazing when you hear them. I mean, in that space where it's actually built for them to sing, and just the acoustics in that room, and it's a cappella, and the voices are amazing, and it's truly patriotic, and it's just fun. I enjoy listening to them sing. They have amazing voices.
I was going to ask if it sounds better because of the way the room is acoustically set up for singing. I mean, but you answered it in your response.
I mean, I don't know if it sounds better because no matter where you hear them, like if you heard it on a record or a CD, it's still going to sound great. But you hear it in this it almost sounds like a symphonic hall when you hear them sing. It's beautiful.
When you go to watch it, they tell you to sit as close to as inside the rotunda as you can to get the best sound.
And they switch it up. Sometimes they do some pop medleys. They'll have holiday songs. So, I mean, it could be a different show every time you go.
That's cool. You know, when I was doing this, I realized I thought I had most shows knocked out. But no. No. Especially when you broaden the definition of what can and can't be considered a show, then there's just so many more things I'm missing out on. My turn. My number 3. I think I'm gonna catch so much shit this episode from everybody.
Yep.
Starting now. My number 3. Tough to Be a Bug.
It's a movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
I saw it. I've seen it twice, and I freaking love it.
You can't see 3D.
Can't see half of it.
The spiders looked real.
The spiders are coming down from the ceiling.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way that it was, presented there and the jokes. I got a kick out of the audience reaction, especially if they'd never been there before. Because let me tell you, when the spiders do drop from the ceiling, the people sitting right underneath it have no idea until it's almost too late. It's almost like having a white foot come in your face on the back end of Spaceship Earth.
We are never going to get rid of this fucking foot, are we, Mikey?
No fucking touch.
No fucking touch foot.
I get it. I love it. It's like everything I missed out on in just a regular 3D movie. They just kind of ramp it up a little bit. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, especially when I see everybody else's reaction. And the Hopper animatronic is really fucking amazing. It's crazy. I like this. It makes me laugh every time. So does Muppet Vision, but it ain't my number 3.
Okay. It's not something I have to do every time. No. So it doesn't make any of my list. It's okay. It's cute, but it's just not something that I do every time.
I like how it's set with me, and it was just a whole lot of fun. I did it once with just me and my brother-in-law, and then I did it again with my wife and my kids and everything like that. And all in all, everybody had a good time on it. So that's my number 3. Now, granted, I've only done like 13 shows, so my pool's pretty small to pick from.
Okay. If you say so. It's your list and you're sticking to it, I guess?
I am. Listen, I laid them all out and organized them and reorganized them, and then was like, oh shit, I forgot about that one, and added it to it, then had to renumber everything again.
I don't want to talk about that, Mikey.
Okay.
Because I had to redo mine a few times. Thank you very much.
Hey, Tim. You got a number 2, your second favorite as we climb the small mountain?
My second favorite is Finding Nemo, the musical, the series, the musical.
Is that on Disney Plus?
It should be. The only thing that stops this basically from being my number 1 is those fucking horrible seats. But the costumes, the puppetry, the larger-than-life set pieces, and the soundtrack, it is absolutely amazing to sit and watch. Haven't done it in a while. Usually just never have time because it's limited showing, like maybe 4 or 5 a day, I think, if that.
Yeah, well, it's what, 40 minutes long?
Something like that, I want to say.
Something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, that's understandable. That's a long chunk of time to be you do the show and then you gotta take a break and get out of your unitard, as it were.
Yeah. Still one of my favorite shows to see.
Okay.
It made my honorable mentions because I haven't seen it in a while at this point. It's been a minute since we've sat and watched it.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah.
Well, I think last time one of you napped.
I always nap.
I think the last time we seen it was May of whatever year we went with Nicole and Jesse.
Yeah, I don't remember what year that was.
That was the last time we saw it.
Yes.
That is a very enjoyable show. Tim, I cannot fault you in the least for putting that as your number 2. I agree about the seats, though.
Yeah, they're absolutely horrible.
Yeah, they're not really seats. Adam.
I have the Hocus Pocus Villains Spectacular.
Okay. It's a stage.
It's on the stage. It's a show. They sing live.
Show. If you get down front, you can't move.
Why?
Because you're crowded.
But you said that you said Circle Vision counts as a show.
Right.
So you're standing through that too.
I am taking everything you're throwing out now, Adam. I'm taking it as we're gonna go with this as being a show.
Why wouldn't it be a show?
It is a stage show. That's what I said. I said I'm taking it. I said you have your definition of shows and I don't communicate.
Well, until the last fucking minute. I am still sticking with it. I like this show. It was fun. We saw it a bunch of times. So every time we do it, every time we try to do the Halloween party, we see the show. So, I mean, last time we skipped. Did we skip it last time?
No, we watched it last time.
It's the one thing we do consistently every
final
time.
Showing.
I have not seen that one. Well, I've done the Halloween party twice, but both times was before the Hocus Pocus was a thing.
I always liked the Halloween show. Even the show before it, I enjoyed. So, I mean, they always have some really good quality shows during the Halloween party.
I honestly do feel like the Halloween, everything they do around Halloween it pluses the entire park experience if you get that ticket. Yeah, the Halloween is my favorite time to be at Disney. Of course, it's almost the only time I've been at Disney. I've never gone.
That's not true.
You're right. I went in November. No. Was that November? Last year?
Yes. No, November was Wine and Dine 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it's decorated for Christmas.
Did I do that? Listen, if Adam can forget when he last saw Under the Nemo.
It's been years, though. It wasn't like...
Okay, apparently I have gone when it wasn't Halloween. You're right.
That was the Bay Lake trip.
That was the Bay Lake. Me and James went over there and saw the big-ass gingerbread house at the Contemporary, and we chatted up the sweet gal from Belgium.
Oh, my God. I can't.
So... That was a good trip.
I thought my memory sucked.
I don't remember going. I don't remember when, though. I just, because Florida's always hot. So I can't
do it, Captain.
We
just nowadays never remember which trip was which.
Yeah, all the trips blend together. That's my problem right now.
So the Spectacular, their wannabe Bette Midler is kind of on point.
She's been on point every time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like scary on point.
There's Sarah Jessica Parker is horse face.
Well, and their Kathy Najimy is...
Well, yeah, but, I mean, these two can actually sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas, I don't know if Kathy Najimy can sing.
Yeah, Kathy Najimy can sing.
Sarah Jessica Parker cannot.
She can.
No, that's not her singing.
Winnie. She can Winnie, that's right, Tim.
She whinnies and neighs.
She whips and nays.
Ba-dum-bum.
You ought to hear her count.
It's a stomping good time.
It is. All right, my number 2, my second favorite show in Disney World is also Finding Nemo the musical, the show, the series, the musical, the show. It's like Tim's. I think I got to give it to the costumes and the sets, and I'm kind of a sucker for just the puppetry that they've got going on there, and it's very cold in that theater.
Yes.
But the seats are really not really even seats. We had to sit in the back because we got there late. And it was just one long bench with no back to it. And I think one of my kids actually laid down back behind it in the funk and then took a nap.
Y'all make fun of me for sleeping. Shit.
He was a child. He's an impressionable Ute.
I thought the Finding Nemo theater had backs on the bench.
I think
the last few rows do not.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's just a straight up metal plank.
Yeah, no,
But it's
these
still
were actually, I think they were carpeted. But it's just like a block you sit on is all it was. That was it. Or maybe it's just a bench. I'm not. Obviously, my memory is not great, but I do recall there being no back.
The handicap seats don't have the back. They're bench seats.
They might be carpeted. If you were sitting all the way in the back, then you're probably sitting.
Oh yeah, we were.
Seats.
Hey, we were up in the skyboxes.
We were in the nosebleed section.
That's right. But yeah, that is a fantastic show. If no one's ever done it, I'm going to say it's a must do. It's my top 3. It's top 3 of the top 2 hosts. Haha, Adam.
I don't care. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. Suck it, Trebek.
Speaking of anal bum covers, here's the best part. The number 1, the piece de resistance, the best show according to Timothy Elbing Jr.
Well, my number 1 also has some uncomfortable ass fucking seats, but I forgive it because it is Festival of the Lion King. I just love everything about that show.
I am surprised that was your number 1.
Why? I say it all the time as my number 1. I
know, but then when you get to really talking about it, you kind of nitpick it a little bit here and there, and
because it is my number 1, I nitpick it. But I will go see that show every time, especially if the Gift is singing.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can check that on the Twitter.
Nope,
you can't. But I do love that show. I love the costumes. I love the choreography. I love the interaction that the dancers give to the audience. I don't like that we're always in the giraffe section, no matter where we sit. But
or what time we get there.
That is what it is.
I went to it one time, and I think, based on how you gush over it, my expectations were a lot higher than where they made it. A whole lot higher than where they got to. So I was...
Well, it's not just Tim, though. There's a bunch of people who think this is like the best show they ever saw in their lives.
For me, it's more of the fact that I love the movie so much. That plays a part in it, too. I think if I didn't like the movie as much, it might not be my number 1. But because it is, and it just brings the movie to life for me.
I mean, it is a fantastic film. It tells a excellent story, and if you were watching it in high school on like a snow day when the teacher didn't think anyone had to be there anyway, and you're an emotional young man, as I am, you had a rough couple of minutes there in the ravine, hoping nobody was looking at you while you had tears running down your plump ginger cheeks. So
I was already 20 and drinking when this movie came out.
Yeah,
this made my other list.
I'm calling my lawyer right now. 1-800-DIVORCE.
You're going to have to take a number because a lot of people are going to be calling their lawyer by the end of the month.
Okay,
well, Adam, what was your number 1 then? I'm not. No judgment. No judgment.
Oh, I'm sure
no
there's
judgment.
plenty of judgment coming for this one, but it's probably not from y'all. It was actually for the first time in forever a Frozen sing-along.
Really?
Yes.
That made my honorable mentions.
I had so much fun during this. I mean, if you have the right comedy too, on point, it's current. They make current jokes. And it's written well, and I was laughing throughout it, and I'm not the hugest fan of this movie. But this show made me a bigger fan of the movie.
That's the best defense you've got for that.
Why?
I don't know.
How is that a defense?
Well, you said you're going to catch hell from everybody.
I'm gonna get hell for it because it's not Lion King, and it's not like your traditional show.
There's a huge following for that show in our group.
So I really enjoyed it.
A lot of the adults that shit can it are the ones that have not seen it, because I shit canned it until the first time I saw it. So I thought, Frozen, it's Frozen, Frozen's overplayed and blown out. And I thought, it's just going to be a kid's show. Oh yeah, it is. But I thought this was just a kid's show until we saw it. And like Adam said, the hosts keep it current. They poke fun of pop culture, current pop culture, and they make some adult jokes. Keep the adults interested while the kids are clapping and singing along.
And they do poke fun at the franchise itself.
Yes.
And some of the things from it.
Yes.
You know what? Good on you, Adam.
Thank you.
Because it was also my number one.
Oh, was it really?
Yes, it really was. It really was.
I really didn't expect that at all.
For all the same reasons you mentioned. There's a lot more improv than you get with most Disney shows or attractions, whatever, that have a live cast member there. They do toe the line between what Karen would throw a fit about and not.
Oh, yes. Well, the other thing is that when we saw it, it was like they were trying to one-up each other. And they were trying to get each other to break character.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole
And from what I understand,
thing.
it's common with those two hosts. Those two are the best two to see it with.
And if they're trying to break character on each other, you could tell that sometimes one of them had to turn around because they were laughing. It was that good.
Also, everybody does know those songs.
What songs?
Face it, whether you want to admit it or not, you know the songs they're going to sing. And they've got lyrics on the screen. You probably don't need them. They're not... Frozen 1's soundtrack really wasn't that bad. The songs movie I thought were really good songs. I'm not going to talk about the new one.
I like the new one better.
I know.
I like the new songs better.
I wonder if they'll update the show with some stuff from the new one.
I don't know.
There's a chance.
No, I'm with you, Adam. I really...
Too.
I really enjoyed it. Everything about this show, it'll make you laugh. Everything about it, especially when everyone else is singing along, you can't help but sing for the.
See, but the new song gets trapped in my head more. I like that song better. I like the lyrics better. It means more to me, especially because Elsa was a villain originally. Makes more sense.
I mean, she still kind of is a villain.
Well, her whole family. No, we're not going to get into this discussion. I mean, if you want to, we can. But Elsa was originally supposed to be the Snow Queen.
Yes, I do. When did we go over this? We had a show at one point where this was discussed.
I believe we did.
I don't remember
about Elsa being the Snow Queen.
I mean, I'm sure we did, but at least. Kind of like that not everything was so cut and dry. Like, there was no, like, really outstandingly good or bad character in Frozen 2. They were all kind of nasty for their own reason.
I'm gonna say your grandpa was kind of a dick.
Yes, I agree. But, I mean, they had to rewrite most of Elsa. The reason why Elsa became not a villain was because of Let It Go. Because they decided that song was too powerful to give a villain.
And thus Hans of the Southern Isles was born.
Like I said, it was okay. I like the second one better. I haven't watched it. Well, I kind of tried to watch it Saturday night and fell asleep within 3 minutes. because I was a little
The
drunk.
second one?
Yes, I was a little drunk, and I said, "Hey, it's a good time to watch a movie." And I sat down on the couch and passed out.
You got almost through charades, and then you were done.
Exactly. I don't even know if I made it that far.
Well, Tim, do you want to do honorable mentions during the halftime that we've reached right now, or do you want to wait until?
We can do honorable mention good ones if you want.
Okay. All right.
I don't have many, but one I do have is the France movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Impressions
I love that movie.
du France.
Impressions
Impressions
I
de
love the
France.
music.
The music is amazing. And
Never have I been there.
No, it's definitely worth it.
It's definitely worth it. We've seen it a couple times at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we did see it was we just went around Epcot, we just went around World Showcase and made it a point to see all the movies.
I need to do that. I mean, there's just 3, aren't there? There's just 3 movies, aren't there? Is it France, China, and Canada?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But we would skip them all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
I would go and see one and not the other. But we saw all of them on one day.
Mm-hmm.
Back to back.
Well, Canada is new this year, and I haven't seen the new one, so it couldn't go on my list anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the new one yet either.
And then China's going to be new too.
Oh, it is. Oh, I've never been in the China Pavilion that I can recall, so it always just looks too busy. Like I never know exactly where to go somewhere when I go to the China
It
Pavilion.
is a confusing pavilion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'll just go back and get the margarita.
Not your Baijiu punch? Is that there, or is that in Japan?
I'll get the
Tipsy Ducks in Love?
Tipsy Ducks in Love. Yeah, I'll just hit up the cart right there and get my Beatus with a double of bourbon and call it good.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say you had 2, or did you already say 2 and I wasn't
Oh,
listening?
we're going to just roll with the whole list and then...
Oh, no.
I thought we were going to round robin them.
Yeah, I say we
Okay,
still do
yeah,
that.
we'll rob the
We'll
rounds.
round robin them.
One of my top end honorable mentions, and I know I'll probably catch some shit here, is Enchanted Tales of Belle.
Yeah, but you have a personal connection to that, so I get why you put it on your list,
Yeah.
but if you went to that without your kids and nothing happened, I think it would be different.
Yeah, we literally have seen that once when it first opened. Or twice.
I think I've done it 3 times. I'm fine just going and sitting in Maurice's little workshop and watching that fucking door transform.
Yeah, well, that...
I could have did that and then walked out and been fine. I didn't need to see the whole...
It was cute.
Story time
I like
part.
the
Man.
animatronics at the beginning. I don't need
Yes.
the whole show with other people's children. I could skip that.
Right. Yeah, just give me that room with the animatronic Lumiere and the wardrobe. You don't
I
need
enjoy
to
it.
see story time with kids. Fuck that.
Also, I've been the knight twice.
Again, if you're not I don't need to be up there and be the knight or any of that. I don't know. Not my thing.
There is a method to social engineering your way into that role.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't.
It's not something I find I need.
When I go to Disney, I become a social butterfly, but that's one thing I don't need to do is be picked for that.
Listen,
If I'm with a group of people, I want to get picked for something. If it's just Tim and I, there's no need.
parents, if you're listening, you want to be the knight. You don't want to be the horse. No one wants to be the horse. Because then you got to like whinny and wiggle around and stuff.
See, it
like
always
that.
goes back to Sarah Jessica Parker. This
It
episode.
does.
Yes,
it
it
does.
does.
Just go ahead
It's
and
the
put
theme.
a big ass dot on your chin, and then try to cover it up with foundation and marry Inspector Gadget and call it a day.
You think he'd be able to do better makeup?
The first one, not the second one.
Are they still married?
Yes.
What are they going to do? It's Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker at this point.
Does anybody really care?
Nobody really cares.
And what's your Adam? Do you have?
I have a list.
Top? Okay.
Because
don't give it all away, because then we can narrow down what your least favorites are. So you
well, my least favorites are in a category on their own. But I have the Jaminators in Epcot.
The dudes banging a trash can, like I mentioned at the beginning. I hear them. I don't stop because they're always out in the hot ass sun.
Yeah.
But we stopped, and they're really fun to watch. They're really pretty awesome.
I should stop because I really have a soft spot for a live performance.
And they're really, really good. But I don't know if there's a showtime listed for them or not. I know, so I kind of like... That one was a borderline one for me.
I thought there was.
I don't remember.
I could be mistaken. What was one? Do you guys remember the one that was... They came out with kitchen appliances?
That was them. There's the Jaminators. They did it for...
They called themselves something different.
Yes, but it was during Food and Wine that they came out with that.
I forgot what they had called.
And they had chef's hats.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Well, they came out with a freaking whole oven. Mm-hmm. And they were playing.
They're a percussion group like Stomp.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being in Times Square.
And on 5-gallon drums.
Right. They are in Epcot. Potentially making about the same money. I don't know. Couldn't tell you what it costs to bang on a drum. I know I want to do it all day.
I was waiting for that.
How many of them still trash cans you think they go through? I mean,
they're probably...
Or do you think they're somehow reinforced so you
reinforced, or they just look like trash cans, but they're actually like steel drum kind of setup.
Oh shit! If there's a steel drum player, I'll probably stop for that show.
They used to have one, I think, in Disney Springs. Well, back when it was Downtown Disney.
Yeah,
probably
you're right.
Like Paradise Island.
No, he was out on the street Island? Right by this little stadium there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't know what Downtown Disney was because it was always been Disney Springs to me. Tim, you want to give us another of your mediocre favorites?
Yeah, Muppets. I still like Muppets.
Really? Now, great moments in history Muppets, or...
See, I didn't put great moments in history Muppets because it's seasonal now.
It made my list, so...
But I do love that show, and I hope it doesn't go away. But I was talking about Muppets 3D. Muppets Vision 3D. Even though it's long in the tooth and it could use some working, and that whole Waldo storyline is weird. I've always been a Muppet fan. So for me, it's nice to still be able to see something that's Muppet related somewhere.
Yeah. I can see that.
And the pre-show room is, if you're a Muppet fan, is full of Easter eggs and props from the old school series.
That pre-show area is some seriously good theming in Hollywood studios. If you ever take a chance to just look around that.
I want to say was one time we went and we actually was supposed to go into the theater, but we skipped and just walked around the pre-show room
because it was super crowded.
And then we went into the next one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went into the next one.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's call that a pro tip. If you gotta wait anyway, wait where it's air conditioned, and you got plenty of shit to look at because you'll find something that the rest of your group didn't see.
You can probably find something new every time.
Yeah.
So much shit crammed in that room.
Adam, you gotta...
I have a whole bunch I'm gonna get.
Don't you listen to Mouselaneous? He always has the bigger lists.
I have some stuff that's no longer here.
Okay.
Breaking the rules.
Give me lightning round on what's no longer here.
The Old Welcome Show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Train station show.
God bless it, man. Thank God I made that rule.
Yeah.
Poll or not, that would have fucking won.
That would have been my number one all the way until that rule popped up. It was just amazing.
If we ever did a list of stuff that's no longer there that you miss, that's number one for sure.
Yeah. And I just don't have a good damn reason why they cut it.
I do. Starbucks. That's it.
Yep.
There's your answer. Starbucks.
Unfortunately.
Because now
sense.
people can get in the park and get their Starbucks quicker. And it also gets really congested in that little entryway, and they're redoing that whole area. Who knows, it may come back. I'm not holding my breath, but...
The Newcastle's welcome show is horrible.
It's just not the same.
I love that song.
They still do...
Welcome.
They
still do it.
But it's in the
Kinda.
trolley cars.
When the trolley car comes by, they still do the Meet Me in St. Louis song, but there's something about it when you see it being played up on the train station.
Mm-hmm. Up on that knoll, kind of. They got where the grass pulls your eyes up there, the way it's landscaped.
And it just builds you up and gets your emotions flowing even before you step foot in the park.
Well, it makes you feel like they're happy you came to see them.
Yeah.
When that's the first thing you see when you're waiting to get in there, before you even see the castle, you see the characters and everything. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, Wolverines. And then you go storm Starbucks.
No, well, Starbucks wasn't there when they had the old show.
Yeah.
Oh.
I also have the Matsura drummers.
Oh, yeah. Seems weird they'd ixnay those guys but keep the janitors.
Well, it seems like the only ones they ixnayed are World Showcase performers.
Yeah, the World Showcase performers got next. And I think that's it. I think I went over everything else. Great Moments in History was also honorable mention, but I figured we just lumped them under the Muppets.
Did you guys ever get a chance to see that Bunsen and Beaker
Yes,
roving
we did.
animatronic thing?
Yes, that was amazing. I actually have feathers somewhere from that show, somewhere in here.
Oh, God. I
That
always
was
see
really, really
the
cool.
YouTube clips of that, and I'm thinking, that is so awesome.
See, but I don't know if I would call
was-
that a show.
No. I was just...
Yeah,
you
because
mentioned
there was
Muppets
there was no set time. It's just whatever he came out, he came out.
Right. No, I was just...
catch 'em.
Adam had mentioned Muppets, and I was thinking that was a cool Muppet experience, I guess you could get. I don't know. That's like saying that dinosaur that walked around for a little while was an experience they had. Epcot just seems a place where they try shit out just to see if it works.
Yeah, well, that's
And then
also
leave
where
it
they
in the
do
rain.
Characterpalooza, too, is in Epcot.
They do it at Hollywood Studios as well sometimes.
Do they?
Yes.
Yep. I mean, I did it and didn't meet anybody unexpected, but I hear some people do. I've got honorable mention. That would have been in my top 5, I guess, if you were counting. Indiana Jones, Stunt Spectacular. What, the Crystal Skull? No.
No, yeah, you can't. Maybe the new movie, if it's any good.
No, it just needs, like, even the stunts are like, it just needs a little, but it needs cleaning up.
I still love that iconic big ass boulder rolling down, and I like seeing stunts, even though I know these are like uber controlled. But
Oh, you
I
mean
get a
the
kick
plane
out of
spinning
that.
around on one wheel is not real?
No, it's not. It's not. But I mean, they do at the very least kind of wield guns and pow 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 pow, which
And the fire is real.
is still kind. Well, yes, Tim.
Well, fire usually is real.
It was a
Not
joke.
on Pirates of the Caribbean.
True.
But I would honestly
Or
say.
in Spaceship Earth.
Right? To be honest, Tim hit the nail on the head if anyone knows me, and I like fire, so that's why it made my top 5, because of the simulated explosions. Thank God Lights Motors Action isn't still around, and I never got a chance to do the backlot tour, which would be a ride, but
Yeah, that's not
Fire.
a show.
but fire and water
Fire, water,
and
burn.
earth.
Lights Motor Action was just horrible.
It was just hot.
It seemed like it was 10 degrees hotter than Animal Kingdom in that theater.
Yeah, and if you want shade, you had to sit way up at the very top.
And you still felt the heat from the fires in that show.
Yep. Yeah, and you were
was-
sitting
it was
on
bad.
metal, stadium risers, which just radiated the heat further. It's a rough show, but I still got a kick out of it. I'm a kid. What can I say? Okay, so halftime is over. Let's get dirty.
Let's get into the not so nice.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
as as great as we thought our top 3 were, and I'm kind of surprised that Tim and I matched up on number 2 and Adam and I matched up on number 1.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too, honestly.
I bet the bottom 3 is going to be a rough
Yeah, you're going to
grouping.
hate one of my bottom 3.
Nope, because I think it's the same one of my bottom 3 then.
I won't hate it because it didn't make my top 5, so I really can't.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
One of your tops are in one of my bottoms. Well, no, that didn't come out right.
Well, okay, let's talk about your bottoms, Tim. Who's your number 1 bottom?
Well, it'll be my number 3 bottom, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, we're starting with number 3.
It would be your number 3.
That would be tough to be a bug.
Hey, you know what though? I everything I said, I totally get why it's not for everyone, or just.
I think
it's a kids show. I get it.
It's outdated. It's irrelevant. The theater always smells like mildew and baby shit.
That's from the
Baby shit in the mildew.
Yep. Listen, if someone hasn't ridden it, I don't want to give it away, but there are stink bugs.
Yeah, it's just a horrible, horrible show.
I don't hate it as much as Tim does. It didn't make my bottom.
But it's under the tree of life. It's part of the tree of life.
Yeah, but they can do so much more. It's so much different now. They could so many other IPs they could put in there that will still kind of relevant to the tree of life.
Mm-hmm. He has a point.
Yeah, but you're underground.
Yeah.
What, ant bully?
Well, not all bugs live underground either.
I know, Adam. Man,
doesn't have to be a bug movie.
Why's it got to be all about the bugs for?
No, I'm just saying, what would be an IP that you think would fit underneath the tree of life? I know this isn't what we're doing, but
oh, jeez. I mean, you could put anything. You can put The Last Dinosaur. Something with The Last Dinosaur in there. A little more recent movie.
Anything from now that they own National Geographic.
Yeah.
But they've got that in Epcot.
They have
An Amazing
movie.
Planet.
No, they don't really.
You could do something Zootopia in there.
I thought that was going to Rafiki.
Bob's Burgers.
No, I want a Bob's Burger joint in Disney Springs. And give me a marshmallow meet and greet.
Just be Tim looking straight up. Dancing with the snow boogies. Okay.
No. You ever watch Bob's Burgers?
Oh, and I thought we were talking about Frozen.
No.
I have seen an episode of
Okay.
Bob's
Marshmallow,
Burgers.
just marshmallow from Bob's Burgers.
I don't know what that means then. I watched an episode and then looked it up, and like everybody's voiced by 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. If any of the listeners know who Marshmallow Bob's Burgers is, enlighten Mikey when this episode drops.
Or don't. It's fine. I'll get all kinds of messages.
Still no news.
You know what? If you know, leave a message on the 3 Sheets hotline, 407-906-4698. Let me know. You just might make it on air. Adam, you got
My number 3,
yeah.
Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
I can't hate you for not. I mean, it didn't make my top 5, so I don't have. I get it.
It's just not good.
I mean, it didn't make my bottom 3, but it didn't make my top 5. So
It's just no. Sorry.
I understand.
I just.
I understand.
It's long in the tooth. It needs to be something else.
Well, since we're talking about it, that's my blow it up, end all be all number 1 hated ride.
So I guess we can just skip Tim.
I was gonna go back and talk about it and beat a dead horse.
It's just not. It's
a
time
fish
for something
it's a
new.
dead fish, Tim.
Beat a dead fish. Yeah, it smells like a dead fish, especially when you have Mermaid in Magic Kingdom.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you can learn to swim with them.
Soon.
My third least favorite. It's so difficult to put this into words, I guess, that, I like better than the least of the other 2. Anyway, I'm going to go my number -3. Is that what this is?
Sure.
Or negative? Country Bear Jamboree.
That ride is so off my radar that it didn't make it.
It's not.
I don't hate it.
It's just there. I'm indifferent to it. It's not that I hate it. It's not that I love it. I'm total. I don't know if I will ever try to sit through Voyage of the Little Mermaid again.
Did drag James to go see it because he's never seen it. So we did make him go see it.
We did? No.
Yeah.
We dragged him to PhilharMagic. We didn't drag him to see that.
I thought we dragged him to Country Bears.
No, we didn't.
I saw it once. It's one and done for me. I would go sit through it again, but I would probably not really I'd be on my phone or something. It doesn't have anything to make me want to pay a whole lot of attention to it.
Yeah.
So I think that the show space could be used for something a bit more interesting with its location.
Yeah.
But currently, it's just a people eater. Listen, right after the 3 o'clock parade, it's a cold spot to go sit for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think the only time of year that attraction is popular is during gay days.
Yeah.
Because of the bears.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not kidding either.
And it's also during the summer. It actually gets a pretty decent crowd during the summer too, because of the heat.
It's cold.
Yeah. And it's inside.
You don't want to go over to Pecos Bill's, after sweltering in the heat. So you go there and you cool down, and then you go grab yourself something to eat.
Yeah, because Pecos Bill's never has air conditioning going.
Nope, not very well. But yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to catch some hate from one specific sheeter. But just drink your Miller Lite and carry on there.
I don't, like I said, it's just there. Every once in a while I do it. I can't tell you the last time I said, hey, let's go watch The Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
I can.
In fact, I can tell you exactly the last time I watched it. It was our December 2007 trip. Because we had the family with us and the kids wanted to see it.
So it's been over
12 years.
12 years.
Almost. Yeah, it's almost been 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm sure everybody was expecting it to be in my top 3. It didn't even make my top 5. So I am being fair.
To be fair.
Well, Tim, we know what your absolute least favorite is. What is
That's
your...
My -2,
Yeah.
and I know I'm going to catch hell for this one. Phantasmic.
Wow. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I think the California one is 10,000 times better, but...
And that's one of the reasons why.
Okay.
The Disney World version, it's like the generic version of Phantasmic.
It's like, Mom, I want Phantasmic. We got Phantasmic at home, and that's what you have
Yes,
at
that's
home.
exactly what it is.
That's exactly what you get. Yeah.
That is the perfect description
Exactly
of
what
that.
it is. And it's so sad because it has its own dedicated theater for it, and Disneyland doesn't. You stand and watch Disneyland's one, unless you get your Fast Pass for the seating area. But the water screens, the special effects are all so much better in Disneyland.
I've seen it twice, and the first time it had issues. The second time, the same issues were kind of there. I guess you'd call them floats because they are floating.
Yeah,
They're floats.
During the water pageant type thing, when they're coming by,
Little square barges.
Yeah, unless you're sitting in the middle, you may not see who the hell was really on that because they turn the lights off as they start to get to the end. Before they're already past the last people watching, the shit's already turned off, and you don't know what the hell you were supposed to be looking at. And I mean, the coolest thing is that the dragon shoots a fireball. Really, I mean, because I sat there and like, now how the fuck did they do that? That's the part of the show that made me pause.
Also being really super excited because they said they were redoing it, and they took it down for a couple of days, and they were going to update the dragon, and then they put like streamers on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's an update.
Well, it doesn't. Just go ride Tower Terry. You'll have a better time.
Better off.
And then hit the Joffrey's cart and get a double shot.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, how about your -2?
Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
How dare you?
That made my honorable mentions.
What do you mean, how dare I?
It is a classic Renaissance level animated film.
Yes.
Horrible.
The live show is bad. It's not air conditioned. They have
No, it's
fans.
not. They have fans, and if you get there at the wrong time, you're in the middle of that row, and they don't have fans when you're sitting in the middle of that row.
And even though it's an open-air theater, those sides are blocked, and you get no breeze if there is one.
It's just, and it's not that good.
It's not that good at all.
It's okay-ish at best, and it's just, again, it's not something I would ever wait for again.
Well, it didn't make my top 5 either, so I'm with you. It's not great.
It's just, I mean, the other problem is when you see the actual theatrical productions that California puts on, and then you come back and you see this.
Yeah, I mean, California Adventure puts on like Broadway level shows, and then you come to this and it's like, okay, this is my kid's 5th grade play.
That's called a school program.
And I'm sure they're talented actors. It's just a rough theater, and no, just no.
Well, my negative 2 coming in hot is actually Muppet Vision 3D.
Well, that's because you can't see 3D.
I can't, and like your feelings on Little Mermaid being long in the tooth, needing an update, needing a change, or anything. This could be better, like Tim said, with better a new video behind it that didn't. It is an old. It's not even digital, is it? It's a reel to reel.
No, yeah, something. I don't think it is digital.
So it's lacking. To be perfectly honest, if Disney wants to keep anything, they need to get converted to digital in these theaters if it's going to stay for another 2 years.
I don't think they know what they're doing with it, really.
Yeah, that area that is kind of limbo right now with Galaxy's Edge being right there.
Yeah, no, I get that. I thought it was clever and I thought it was cute. It wasn't cute enough to, make the top 5. I didn't think it was as funny as the Frozen sing-along at all.
No, it's definitely not.
I didn't have as good a time there as I did. I saw the 3D better at Tough to Be a Bug than I did Muppet Vision. The whole Waldo thing makes no damn sense. None of it makes any sense.
No, I agree.
So
if you ever see the Jim Henson exhibit in the Museum of Moving Image in the city in New York, it explains how Jim Henson created Waldo and why.
Yeah.
But if you didn't go to that, you won't know. So it doesn't make any sense if you see it just in Disney. The storyline of Waldo in that particular sense still doesn't make sense.
No, it's just he's not.
But
he's
I get like
character.
Waldo was one of the last creators, one of the last creations that Jim Henson did. So I get why it's still there.
Yeah, I mean, way to phone it in.
Yeah. Move on.
Well, speaking of moving on, then we can skip right past Tim because we know his least favorite.
Laser light, fucking Under the Sea Spectacular.
Oh wow!
Disco fish.
It's
a disco yeti, Tim.
No, this is disco fish.
We will agree to disagree. Adam, what is your just burn it to the ground?
Rivers of Light.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't do that to it.
Oh my god, this thing was horrendous. I haven't seen the new version of it, but the original version of it was a train wreck.
I heard the new one is worse.
It made no sense. There was no real storyline that I could figure out easily. I didn't get the shaman thing. The water screens weren't clear enough to figure out what I was looking at times. It was a bit of a hodgepodge mess. There was some cool effects with the little floating lotus flowers, I guess they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And when they opened and they expanded, that was kind of cool, but other than that, no. And I'm not one who needs fireworks for everything. I mean, World of Color? No. Is that what it's called in California?
Yeah, World of Color.
It doesn't have fireworks. That show is amazing. But this was just no. All bunch of no.
I do like the fireflies in the trees.
Sounds like a Owl City song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The Earth spins slowly. Well, like I said, I have not seen Rivers of Light. I've seen videos of it, and visually it looks pretty parts, but as a whole, everybody does seem to echo your opinion there, Adam, that it just seems disjointed.
It just doesn't make sense.
It has no substance.
Well, my absolute least favorite thing that I have sat down and sat through at Disney World is Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
The fuck?
That was my least favorite thing.
Why did you pick on me for that?
Because I also had it. Haven't you figured out that's how I do everything? If I also have it, I'm going to pick on you to make you think, oh my God, and then I'm going to have it too.
No, it didn't work because I didn't think, oh my God. It just is.
No, it's Tim's right when he calls it a school program. I saw it, my expectations, because I knew nothing about this. That's why I'm a big fan of watching ride videos before I go do it, so I have an idea. I thought this was going to be Nemo level.
I have to ask a question. Did you see Finding Nemo before you saw that?
I did.
That was the problem.
So yeah, I thought it was going to be on level with that. And then I saw the theater, and I was like, well, this is different.
That's one way to put it.
I mean, shit. Even, Up, A Great Bird Adventure is outdoors, but doesn't. And it's an Animal Kingdom. It didn't seem as uncomfortable as this. And then when they brought out the characters, Lumiere and Cogsworth, they looked like they just got their costumes at Spirit Halloween. Man, they just it was bad. It was all bad. All of it was bad. Mm-hmm. I remember sitting there watching it with a look on my face that said, "Are you kidding me? Is this real?" So yeah, that's like the worst thing I sat through, and I was polite throughout the whole thing and didn't complain to my wife, mostly because I picked it. It was one of those, we're gonna see all the shows. Well, we've seen it.
At least you can say you watched it.
Yes. Tim, you got any least favorite honorable mentions?
Nope.
That weren't quite bad enough to axe?
No, most of everything else is just off my radar. I mean, we just don't do it.
Okay, Adam?
Vesticles. It needs to be changed. I'm sorry.
1-800-DIVORCE.
I can't. I just can't. I don't get it. It's cool the first few times. If you don't see it with the right people singing, it is horrendous.
It's not horrendous, but you need to see it with the gifts thing.
No, it loses a lot when you don't have those right people on stage. The last time we saw it, it's like, this was bad.
Yeah, you actually fell asleep last time
because
we saw it.
If the gift doesn't perform, then the other guy doesn't perform because whatever reason that they have going on, and it's just all this drama, and it just I don't like a show that's so hit and miss. If the talent's there, the talent should be there. It does. Even the understudy should be capable enough to carry the show. And the last time we saw it, neither one of them were.
I thought this isn't here or there to the actual show, but getting in there, they were so adamant about where you had to sit. But then when the show is over, it's just fucking like, okay, what do we do now?
Get out.
Yeah, it's just pandemonium getting out, yeah. They just open up the door and...
Yeah, I was like,
on your merry way.
Okay. Grab your kids by the arms, folks. Good luck. Swim upstream.
I mean, it's also time to update some of those animatronics that they use in the show. It's time.
Yep, just get rid of the tumble monkeys, put something else in there.
No, I like the tumble monkeys.
Are the best
you
part.
Need to get rid of the freaking aerial acrobats.
I
am
like
asleep by the time they start to the time they finish. I am.
Well, it is one of the slowest songs in the soundtrack,
yes,
too, that
good
they
night.
do that, too.
That's like me in the middle of Illuminations.
Okay, so now we're looking for two hosts.
It's not even a thing now because it's not even a thing now, so it's okay. I can say that. Tim or Adam, I also had Festivals as one of my bottom 5, 6.
I'm hanging up now. Now we're looking for 3 hosts. Adam's going to be by himself.
Well, no, here's... I guess Festivals would have been the... What was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bottom... He was bottom 7. He was tops in the bottom 7. Just beat out by Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
Wait, it was on your bottom list?
Well, my top list was only up to 5. After that, everything was bottom level. Okay.
I don't even know what to say.
My bottom list.
How can you put that in the same category with Voyage?
No. That's why it made my honorable mention. I can't stand Voyage of the Little Mermaid. But this, I mean, I'll watch it because Tim loves it. But I fall asleep every time I watch it.
You mean Festival of the Lion King? You said Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
Well, no, Voyage is definitely in its own category of awful. But
what does that mean?
Exactly what I said. But, I mean, it made your list and you defend it. That's all I have to say.
It didn't make the bottom 3.
It made the bottom.
I mean,
period.
Hell, Monsters, Inc. made the bottom 7, 5,
So
bottom 5.
See, I don't think Monsters... I don't
Monster
think MILF
Inc. is another
bad.
one that doesn't annoy me enough to care about.
And I don't like it enough to say, oh, I gotta go see that. If we happen to... Yeah, you want to go see this?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of just in the middle. Like, my bottom 5 was actually Phantasmic Turtle Talks.
I just thought of a honorable mention.
Go ahead.
Turtle Talk.
Yeah.
Crush.
Yeah, Turtle Talk with Crush. Again...
Another room that smells like mildew and baby shit.
Well, it's all the humidity from the turtle tank.
Mm-hmm.
And all the babies.
I also have Spirit of Aloha.
Never seen
Oh,
it.
well, you ventured out. Out
Should
of
I
the
not
park.
have?
You ventured out of the park.
Should I not have?
No, it's fine.
Okay. But yeah, it's no. It's a bunch of no there too. It's expensive.
I've heard it's pricey. The food's not
Yes.
that great.
It's not.
That's the worst thing about that resort, is I love that resort so much, but the food there is...
No. I mean, Trader Sam's has some great apps.
Well, so Trader Sam has the apps and Kona's breakfast, but...
No, I mean, you don't eat sushi though, so you it's not a place that you would eat. But we had good time. We ate well at Captain Cook's. We enjoyed our meal there.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, for a deluxe resort, it needs a good signature restaurant.
But they're getting rid of the signature restaurants in the deluxe resorts, like they did with
Artist Point.
Yeah.
I mean, although I don't know how signature you can make a Polynesian-themed restaurant, like Spam sandwiches and...
Okay, well, let's kind of wind this thing down here. What I learned from putting this whole thing together is a whole lot of shows I haven't done, and I think I need to do them.
What is the show that you're looking most forward to seeing that you haven't seen yet?
Actually, it's probably Canada Far and Wide.
Yeah, I really want to see that.
Oh, so do I, just because of the hosts.
That one and the PhilharMagic.
PhilharMagic, James really enjoyed PhilharMagic.
Even though I probably won't be able to catch it in the 3Ds, it still sounds like a fun sit to catch. So that one and Far and Wide, just to see Eugene and Catherine. But from what I understand,
Yes.
they don't make it funny. That it's kind of real factual. But I got a feeling that the guy who wrote that piece was kind of an idiot, so he may not have gotten the Canadian sense of humor.
Probably. I don't see Disney not taking advantage of their chemistry together.
Exactly.
As many movies and shows as they've been in together, I don't see Disney not capitalizing on that.
There has to be a reason that they were chosen, and that is for the
Right.
comedic timing. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense otherwise. Why pay for them then?
And as popular as Schitt's Creek has been, I mean, you can't...
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Is there anything you guys haven't seen yet? I mean, damn. You've seen it all?
I think
Well, Canada Far and Wide, I want to see. We haven't
Yeah.
seen that yet. I mean, I could think of another honorable mention, but I don't know if I would really. I don't know what the hell I would honestly call it. Is the Epcot preview show thing? That's in.
It's like an
I don't know what that is.
kind of.
Yeah, so that
Perhaps
was
an
really
exhibition
cool.
is kind of like not a show. I'm looking forward to the updated China.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about the old China, apparently.
The old China was kind of interesting because it was like a throwback straight out of the 80s. I kind of wish they would do a movie for all of the pavilions. Like, give me a Moroccan movie. Give me...
Wait, you already
Japanese
have a
movie.
movie for Norway. It's called Frozen.
It's even got a
Not my
sequel.
Norway.
All right, shooters, we're going to close this down here. I want to real quick throw this out there. I know earlier I mentioned checking out our live shows we're doing right now, or live streams of the park events and what have you. But I also want to mention, if you missed the So You Think You Can Host stream we did, get your entries in to be a potential host. You got to get them in. This should drop on Monday, so you better get them in today, because we're going to close the mailbox on that 31st of March, which will be on a Tuesday.
Yes.
So if you're interested in being a part of that and on the next So You Think You Can Host stream, get in on it. And if you did miss it, go back and watch it. Just set aside a good chunk of your evening. You ain't got anything else to do right now. Have a lot to drink. It was a lot of fun. It was funny. We all got tired and wasted.
Oh, yes.
And also, you got to be a member of the group to really even be able to access that. Speaking of which, if you're a listener and you're stuck working from home and you do need your Disney fix and you're not a member of the group, join up. We're doing Disney stuff all the time there to keep the magic going and kind of help lift everybody's spirits right now. And we truly are in Ohana, and we're in all this together and don't want anyone to feel left out. So come join the group. Just make sure you answer the three questions at the, join up page, or you're not going to get in, because we don't ask much.
We won't let you.
And when you do get in, though, be sure you check the announcements to make sure you know what's going on. So fun show. Thank you for listening with us. We're going to do some closing remarks. Tim, you got closing remarks for me tonight?
I don't. I'm. My brain is like totally turned off right now. With everything that's going on, I really don't have any. I'm numb, to say the least. A lot of things going on.
Numb.
Yep, I understand. And I'm sure everybody can sympathize with you on that. Adam, do you have any send-offs? Shout out? You got a shout out? Who do you want to shout out?
Not Mikey for fucking me over 4 times with the fucking topic and changing the rules. On me too many times.
Literally, the chat was like, "How about this? Nope. How about this? Nope. Fuck. How about this? Nope. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck."
Do parades count? No. Do fireworks count? No. Fuck. But tell us some of yours in our Facebook group. We'd love to hear what the top is for the whole group, for the entire group, and maybe we can get a live stream of it going. So you never know.
First one would be the funniest one for a live stream. The worst 3.
Well, if you're the next host, you can help make this decision. Just so you know. Something to think about. Get your entries in.
Gotta be in it to win it.
They will be closing down. Okay, well, one more time, thanks everybody for watching our live shows that we've been doing to keep everything fun. I know they're ridiculous. I know they were kind of long-winded, but it helps us as much as it helps you. So thanks for tuning in and interacting with us on that. It's for me, it's kind of cathartic. So anyway, I'm kind of used to consuming Disney when I'm not in the parks through vlogs and stuff like that. And right now there's like no vlogs and no news. So
yeah,
doing parade shows or fireworks shows or live streams really helps out. So again, thank everyone for letting me do that and just, playing along with me. I've found so many shows I never knew existed. So it's been a good time, and just keep checking Facebook when I'm going to be doing more of them. Again, get your entries in if you want to be a host. We stop on Tuesday. And if you don't get your entry in, you're shit out of luck. And if you're expecting more to this show tonight, you're shit out of luck there too, because we're ending
We're
it.
done.
So, like I close every show, this isn't goodbye. It's see you real soon. So good night, folks.
Good night.
Ciao.
And thank you.